Hi, how are you?
Hi, Michelle. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for the invitation. How are you?
Well, pretty well, thank you. I have that balance of burnout and resilience going on in my psyche for sure. But this is one of the highlights. This has definitely been one of the highlights. And Michelle and Liz actually took a training when back in the days when we could do it in person.
Yeah.
Little did they know how involved I was going to ask them to be because they're just such gifts to everything that we do. So,
Thank
of
you.
course, I wanted you to also do a check-in. Okay, so let's hear. I'd love to hear how things are in Panama, please.
Well, thank you so much. It's an honor to be here and to share all of this with you. And well, just for scale, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Panama's population in comparison to California's population. In California, you have 39.5 million people. In Panama, we are 4.2 million people. So it's a very, very small country. And well, as you know, it's a very tropical country. I'm going to give you a sneak peek right now. Lots of green spaces and lots of beaches as well. At the beginning of the pandemic, we were not able to go to the beach. We were not able to go hiking. We had so many restrictions that now are starting to lose a little bit. We still have a curfew. The whole country has a curfew at 12 a.m. in the morning. So at that time, everyone is back home sleeping. And yeah, some places that have like more cases have a curfew on Saturday and Sunday even, and sometimes at 10 p.m. So the mask is still required in most places. In every place that is public, you need to wear a mask. And we still have to, we still need to have social distancing. And just recently, the how to say, Ministerio de Salud, the health department of the government, said that there's no necessity to take the temperature before you go to like any store or something. That's like a recent thing happening here. In Panama, well, some people are hesitant also, just like it happens in Mexico about the vaccine, but 42.5% of the population has been completely vaccinated, which is great because now we're being able to have a little bit more freedom. We have, yesterday we had 442 new cases, and well, this might seem like a little number, but taking into consideration that Panama is a very small country, it is still something to be, like paying attention to. And what else? Well, private schools are having classes, some of them, but usually only like those kids that are like in 6th grade or in 12th grade, like the ones that are close to graduating, or like those milestone years. But most of them are still having classes at home virtually. And public schools are all of them are closed. And the government is talking about having in-person classes on next year. Well, we have this was like an issue that happened very recently, specifically yesterday. The bank moratorium is just getting to its end on this month. So the biggest bank in Panama recently had like a problem. This might have been like an international news or something, where people who had debt, who were not able to pay their bills on time, since the date of the moratorium ending is very near, they decided to debit the accounts, and people were very, very angry, and then they decided to give it back again. So I think that's very important to know. That is something that is happening here. That's like the big news happening. Also, well, I'm working mostly virtual. I think most of my colleagues are also. Some therapists are also working in person. I also plan to start working most of the week in person in maybe 2 months. But right now, I'm only working in person one day, and that's it. And to my surprise, I thought most of my clients who I see virtually were gonna prefer working in person, but they say they would rather stay virtually because it's easier. They don't have to travel, they don't have to pay any parking or gas, so it's a lot easier, which was a surprise for me. I think it has to do with the fact that they're teenagers and also young adults. Well, I'm feeling very happy because we are slowly returning to normal. Just last week, I was able to go to the movies. Maybe after 2 years without going to the movies. At first, I was a little bit hesitant because, you know, it's a closed space and you have to take your mask off to eat popcorn. So it was very loud. I have to share that with you. It was very loud. After being used to watching movies here in my house, it was like kind of a shock to watch a movie. Um, what else? Well, there are lots of people on the streets and malls and beaches. People are enjoying a lot, having some free time to go out, having contact with nature. I love to hear some of the kids I work with saying that now they are being able to reconnect with their friends after after a very long time. Some of them haven't even gotten out of their houses, maybe a few times during the pandemic. Some of them have chronic illnesses, so now they are being able, that they're vaccinated, they are being able to go out and have somewhat of a normal life. So I think that will be it for my check-in. It was lovely to share this with you.
Thank you, Michelle. That's pretty shocking about the bank.
Yeah,
I'm glad that was corrected. Oh my goodness.
yeah, very sad.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much for sharing. And glad to see you.